Evan Rachel Wood is without a doubt one of the most talented actresses of her generation. Since her television debut in 1994 and her film debut 3 years later, she has been a consistent presence on screen, with roles in dramas, mainstream movies, and even musicals. She has continued to portray complex and daring roles since her breakout as Tracy Louise in the 2003 film 13. She received a Golden Globe nomination for her performance and has racked up various Golden Globe and Emmy nominations since. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Evan Rachel Wood. She started acting from a young age. Wood began her career in the film industry when she was a child. But acting was always a likely path for her as she comes from a long line of artists. She told The Guardian, "My whole family are artists on both sides. There's no escaping. I think if someone in the family said they wanted to be a lawyer or accountant, it would be like, what? You want an office job?" She made her acting debut in the 1994 TV movie In the Best of Families, Marriage, Pride and Madness, and her film debut in the 1997 movie Digging to China. Her breakthrough role came in 1997 when she played Tracy Freeland in the film 13. She once shared she was bullied and spat on because of her fame. Wood experienced success with her career at an early age. Although success in the film industry is typically worth celebrating, not everyone was delighted with her early rise to stardom. At one point, Wood shared that she was bullied because of it. She said to The Guardian, "I used to get beat up in elementary school for the same reason. They would assume I was this spoilt little brat. In 5th grade, I would get held and spit on and people would throw basketballs at me and shit. It sucked. I never even fought back. I would be like, why? I've never done anything. I'm not bothering you." The teachers didn't help matters. She claimed that they were sometimes worse than her classmates. They thought I was stuck up, or, I don't know, they were bitter teachers that were like, "This girl must think she's better than everyone else," but if anything, it just made me feel more like an outcast. I just wanted to hide. She would eventually complete her schooling by being homeschooled. Although she occasionally wished she had had a regular childhood, she was happy with how her life turned out. "I'm very pleased with both the good and the bad that have come with it. I felt compelled to mature quickly and, in some ways, did not have a proper childhood, but I believe I made up for it later in life." She turned down a role in Mean Girls. Mean Girls is a modern-day classic, and it's nearly impossible to imagine it with anyone other than Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, Amanda Seyfried, and Lacey Chabert as Katie Heron and the Plastics. But of course, many actresses were considered, and Evan Rachel Wood shared that she was actually offered a role in the film and turned it down. During a 2018 interview with Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show, Wood said, "It's even worse, I turned it down. There's a good reason. The only reason was because I was already supposed to do a film called Pretty Persuasion that was set in a high school that was very Heathers-esque and it was very similar." Mean Girls has gone on to become one of the most profitable teen comedies ever, while Pretty Persuasion only opened in select theaters. Thankfully, Wood has had plenty of success in her career and a good attitude about passing on the comedy. On The Tonight Show, she even made a plea to the movie's writer, "Tina, if you're here, I'm so sorry we got off on the wrong foot. As long as the next movie you're doing is not about a robot uprising, I will happily do it." She's a singer. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Wood said that singing was her first love. "It was the first thing that really felt like it was a part of me. It's just in my blood, and acting came sort of out of singing because I did a lot of musical theater. And I absolutely love acting dearly. But music is different. Because it's yours, you know. Usually I'm playing a part in a film that's somebody else's vision and I'm helping to bring that to life. But I feel like this is the first time I'm really showing myself to the world." When Wood was first introduced into the world of acting, she was appearing on stage in the theater. This is where she developed her talent for singing. She then took on a role in the musical production set to the songs of the Beatles, Across the Universe. In 2016, she formed a band with the Juilliard-trained actor Zach Villa called Rebel and a Basket Case. Her other work besides acting. Wood's entertainment career includes more than just acting. She also has credits as a director and writer. She made her directorial debut with the short film Queen. She is also credited with writing for this project. In addition, Wood has provided her talents for voiceovers. She has voiced characters in Frozen 2, Flavors of Youth, Strange Magic, and The Reef. She has a black belt in Taekwondo. One surprising and fun fact about Evan Rachel Wood is that she has her black belt in Taekwondo. She said she was never drawn to the stereotypical girly girl activities as a kid. Instead, she wanted to try something a little more unique, and it served her well because she's now somewhat of an expert. She said to New York Daily News, "I was not good at ballet. I like Taekwondo better. I took like 4 years and it was hard. My best friend, who's also my assistant, I've known her since 5th grade and we met in Taekwondo class. Every now and then I'll look at her and we'll bust out some forms." She was a magician's assistant. Wood knows the importance of a good side hustle. She's had some fascinating jobs in the past. In an interview, she said, "I was a magician's assistant for a little bit when I was 20, just for fun and to have a break. No one ever saw my face. It was fun. I love the excitement of the illusion and doing it right so nobody can tell it's a trick." She's bisexual. Wood came out as bisexual in 2011. She said she started to feel attracted to women as early as age 4 or 5. It was always talked about like a phase or something stupid, or something you were doing for attention. You know, bisexuality is worthy of eye rolls. And I didn't realize how damaging that was until I tried to have healthy relationships as an adult and realized that there was still all this shame and conditioning and stigma around my sexuality that was really affecting the way I related to people. I think I was taken advantage of because someone knew there was something about me that they could exploit. She uses her platform to put a spotlight on domestic violence. In a 2019 Today Show interview with Maria Shriver, Wood described her crusade to extend the statute of limitations for pressing charges for domestic abuse. She wrote the Phoenix Act, which stretched the statute of limitations in California from 3 years to 5. The act was signed into law in October 2019. Wood says she felt it was time for her to come forward with her story because she felt her story was powerful. She said, "I decided my story was powerful enough, and I thought that my voice could be loud enough that it could actually be heard." In response to Shriver's question about how a person can know their story is powerful, Wood said everyone's story has power. Everyone's story is powerful. Every survivor's story is powerful. Wood said she was a victim of domestic violence when she was a teenager, and that it took her many years to be able to label her experience as such. Wood also said this experience helped her realize there were a lot of injustices when it came to survivors of domestic violence. Her history of sexual assault led her to try ending her own life. In June 2016, Wood posted a 19-minute video directed to the LGBTQ+ community. She wanted to share her story of being mistreated and how it had impacted her. She said in the video, "Nearly half of bisexual women have considered or attempted to end their life. They have higher rates of mood disorders such as depression and anxiety. 1 in 2 bisexual women has experienced severe cruelty by an intimate partner." She attempted to end her life at the age of 22. She felt her situation became so dark and depressing due to the physical, psychological, sexual mistreatment she experienced. "I've been assaulted by a significant other while we were together, and on a separate occasion, by the owner of a bar. I don't believe we live in a time where people can stay silent any longer, not given the state our world is in with its blatant bigotry and sexism."